up with that dog shit pick. What the fuck were we thinking? What the fuck were you thinking?
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Jimnasium. As always, it's me, XFL Jim, forever and ever, joined by the one, the only, the Admiral of Space Force One. It is Chase Lupine Fiasco Sessions. What is up, my man?
I've got a pretty epic sweat going right now, right this second here. I need this under in the Iowa-Tennessee game, and we're 36 seconds left, and it's like they haven't quite called off the dogs, but they have called off the dogs, but they're also at the 3-yard line. So please just snap it one time and take a knee, right? Just take a knee. Just snap it and take a knee.
Well, how much time is what is it? What's the down and distance?
Never mind. It's 4th and 1 here. Okay, so it's 4th and 1. I guess they just run one little dive play and then it's over, pretty much.
That's what I would think.
They just threw it at the end zone 2 straight times.
They're gonna want to score again.
All right, 4th and 1, and of course they're in the shotgun, but it's with like a full house backfield here. Oh, thank God, they hand it off. Oh, stop him. Stop him. Thank God. Okay. Let's take knees. Let's take knees.
So who has the ball now? Iowa?
No. It's Tennessee, but there's no need to snap it again. And Heupel's take it off. Yes. He's taken off his headset. They've dumped the Gatorade or the Cheez-Its in this scenario. That's a big hit right there, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Attaboy. Always great to start off the show with a nice little sweat.
That's what I'm talking about. That is what I am talking about.
Chase, you know what I'm talking about and have been talking about all day?
What's that?
It's the UFL. I've thought about nothing else since A, yesterday when they announced it on the Fox show, and B, today when they started announcing stuff on College Game Day.
Yeah, it was fun seeing them on College Game Day. It seems like the plan is to maybe let Moose Johnston run the business, and then let Danny and The Rock be the face of everything. You know, I think
the guys behind Redbird are also a big factor behind the business side. I like that move.
Yeah,
quite a bit.
Yeah, there's some exciting things about everyone that they announced. I still wish they had only contracted 4 teams, but it also, I think, doesn't this mean that they can make the rosters bigger?
So I was talking about this with Eric, and I believe that, personally, I think the roster should be bigger. You would think that player compensation might also go up. And it's a weird, cynical way of looking at it, but also it's probably true. The quality of play should go up, too.
Absolutely. I agree. I agree immensely. Like, there were some ballers in both leagues. Like, if we look at the people who were in the XFL this year and then made it to the NFL, and then if you look at who came out of the USFL, and like Kevontae Turpin is a regular with the Dallas Cowboys, Brandon Aubrey is the most ice cold kicker out there. And by the way, big shout out to Brandon Aubrey because he helped me bring home a fantasy championship. That's part of why I'm all dripped out today.
So we have all the 8 teams in the US. I also love that they kept the XFL conference and the USFL conference. Love that move. In the USFL conference, the Stallions, Showboats, Panthers, and the Roughnecks.
The Panthers. Okay. With the way the Maulers played, you feel like they kind of earned to stay in for that kind of portion of the country, but Michigan has a lot more going for it. And, they were a home site, so they had a following.
I was going to say, I think a big factor for this was teams that had like real stadium deals, and Michigan had just renewed theirs. They actually had good crowds. The Panthers, as bad as the play was for the Panthers at points, the crowds were not an issue. They were good.
No.
And then in the XFL, shout out Washington Football Enjoyer, because in the XFL conference, we have the Renegades, Battlehawks, Brahmas, and the Defenders.
I think they made the best decision. I think maybe for cost's sake, Seattle probably wasn't the easiest team to hold on to, even though they had a good base and I liked their coaching staffs and everything. But you got to think that those guys are going to get like redispersed somewhere.
For sure. Those guys are going to be dispersed all over. And for the Brahmas, it's Wade Phillips, baby.
Yeah.
He's in it.
Yeah.
He's sticking around.
I like it. I like that he's still there. I like his front butt also. That's pretty, it's pretty hot to look at. Yeah, man, I'm not happy about the contraction, but I think that when I think about it, there are ways that this could definitely benefit the enterprise. I can't say the XFL anymore. The UFL, the enterprise, as I'm going to refer to it.
So I've spent probably the last 3 to 4 weeks me and Eric on Spring Fever talked about, obviously, like, it sucks for a lot of players, blah, 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 da-da-da-da-da. With the official announcement, I'm not going to be biased with anybody. I'm fully in. I'm going to be a propaganda machine for the UFL from here on out. I'm hype. I'm hyped for the season. March 30th cannot come soon enough.
No, it cannot.
So I think this month, I believe next week, they're doing a displacement draft for all the players on teams that didn't make it.
Okay.
So we'll see how many of those guys get picked up by all the other teams.
That means they definitely have to be expanding the rosters then.
I would think that. So the rosters of the XFL were already a little bigger than the USFL's last year. I would think they should expand to like 70-some players.
Because that's the issue now. A lot of the issue with the play is that past the first couple games, you don't really have any depth. So if you have a bunch of people injured, you are just fucked for the entire season. If they could go to like 70-man rosters and be a little bit deeper, make the competition a little bit stiffer for the positions and everything, that's a good thing.
So like, I don't think they would have like a 70-person like travel roster that goes to all the games, but it wouldn't hurt to have like a 70+ roster with a lot of those guys vying for a starting position or like a actual travel position.
Right, for sure.
I think that'd be a good move. I am hype. I'm going to try my hardest to either A, be at the opening game, because I also am very hyped that they're opening the season with Renegades versus Stallions.
Right.
Love that move. So I'm going to try and make that game. If I can't make that, B, I will try and make it to a random game. It sounds like Memphis would be the game for us if we can make a regular season game.
Yeah, that's just a little hop down the road. We can probably make my little cousin drive sober for us.
That'd be perfect.
That would be perfect.
And C, I want to make the championship game so bad this year.
That would be nice. Did they announce where they're having it?
I think no, it's just rumors right now. The rumor is St. Louis.
Las Vegas, Cashman Field.
Oh, bring it back, baby. Bring it back. It would probably be somewhere in Texas, if I had to guess.
You think so?
It'd either be that or it'd be really cool if, hey, have a little love between the leagues, do the championship game up in Canton again, just like the USFL did.
That works.
I think it's a great stadium for it.
They use their NFL developmental status and they put it in an NFL stadium, I bet. Somewhere like Dallas.
Nashville?
Dallas
would be sick.
Yeah. Memphis would be sick.
Memphis again, like the Liberty Bowl would be sick.
The Liberty Bowl, baby. It'd be hot as hell. It would be so goddamn hot.
Yeah, because it'd be, so March 30th, it'd be like sometime in June.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it gets smoking in Memphis about that time of year.
Oh, it'd be brutal in Dallas, too.
Yeah. So here, Washington football enjoyer says St. Louis would be dope. That's a big stadium.
It's a dome. It is a dome.
It is a
dome.
Colby
would hate it.
Colby would hate it.
I'm into though. I'm fully in. I'm going to go deep dive for Spring Fever this week. I had to talk about it. UFL, I'm so hyped. Let's fucking go. Chase, are you ready to break down some bowl games?
Let's do it.
Okay, so we're going to go back in time. I believe last we had an episode. We talked about all the way up to the Guaranteed Rate Bowl of Kansas versus UNLV.
I think you're right.
So since then, we had the Military Bowl, Virginia Tech 41, Tulane 20.
Yeah, the story of this game was weather, though. The weather got to where, like, if you were trying to make a tackle, good luck, because it was so sloppy that you couldn't get any footing, and the only person who knew where they were going was whoever had the ball. So they would just zig and zag around people. You didn't really learn a lot, other than maybe that kid at Virginia Tech, Kyron Drones, is a dog.
I try my best to not take anything from any bowl game into next season. I'll take nothing.
There have been some quarterback performances that have been worth noting. For going
so that
forward.
is like if a guy's getting like his first start or something like that, I'm a little intrigued to be like, okay, so maybe he could perform. I try not to take anything from like a full team and be like, this team did really well in a bowl.
Yeah,
I'm gonna use that to like do some future analysis for next year. I'm not. I was bad at it 2 years ago. I got a little better at it last year. I'm gonna keep going with that and not try and care about bowl games at all.
Hey, Jim. Since we're like 47 minutes away from the kickoff of the CFP, do you want to talk about our CFP bets before we go through the rest of these bowl games, or do you think we have time?
I think we got time. We'll breeze through these real quick.
Okay.
Duke's Mayo. Only takeaway from that: didn't have to see Mac Brown get dumped in Mayo. That's a win.
2-0. I am 2-0. Not seeing Mac Brown get covered in Mayo.
It was fun seeing Neil Brown. Holiday Bowl, USC, Louisville, whatever. USC. I mean, again, the one thing that you never need to worry about with USC or Lincoln Riley is a quarterback.
Yeah, and he threw for 6 tutters. Like look, guess what? They have another quarterback.
Guess what? That's just a fact. Texas Bowl, Oklahoma State beats Texas A&M. Good job.
Yeah, and they should have, because Texas A&M had like FSU level opt-outs.
Yeah, a ton. SMU falls to Boston College, 14-23 in the Fenway Bowl. Rough.
Very rough.
That one killed one of our parlays, Chase.
I actually got this one live. I got the live under because I saw how like mucky it was there, and I got it. I couldn't get it before, but I got it right at kickoff and managed to hit that under there.
Rutgers gets it done 31-24 over Miami. We called this one from the jump.
Yeah, man. Rutgers. Greg Schiano. I love him, man. He's the best. So he's in the place where God meant him to be, and I think he realizes that.
The Pop-Tarts Bowl, K-State wins at 28-19 over NC State. We got this one wrong, too. We had NC State in the parlay. But what do you think of the live mascot? I loved everything the Pop-Tarts Bowl did.
I retweeted something. There was a guy who said that like he had a Pop-Tart and he was like, is the mascot offended if I eat a Pop-Tart in front of him? And they said that the mascot's handler yelled, no, he loves it. And the Pop-Tart then walked over to him and started like force feeding him a Pop-Tart while softly grunting.
This is what
This
is what bowl games should be now.
Yeah, when people say there are too many bowl games, there aren't enough bowl games doing this.
Yes, this is what the Pop-Tarts Bowl, what the Duke's Mayo Bowl do, is what every non-playoff bowl should be doing. Is just getting as weird as possible.
It makes you want to watch, just for like what the crazy ass mascot is going to do.
Alamo Bowl, Arizona wins at 38-24 over Oklahoma. That was a great game. That's what I'm going to say about that one. It was a very fun, exciting game. Love that one.
This is one of the few bowl games that I missed, but I'm glad I was on the right side there with Arizona.
It was so fun. Gator Bowl, Clemson 38, Kentucky 35. Sometimes it's nice to be right, Chase. Feels good.
Yeah. First of all, I mean, kudos to Kentucky for being the first 0-12 team to ever make a bowl game. It's unfortunate they couldn't get a win.
Would you vacate the entire program's wins in all of history? Just
yeah.
Out of spite? Yeah. This is true hate, and I love it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Fuck Kentucky.
Sun Bowl, Notre Dame 40, Oregon State 8. Don't take away anything from that. Oregon State, like a lot of other teams, opt-outs galore.
Opt-outs galore. Yeah, everyone of note was gone.
Libibity Bowl, Memphis wins at 36-26 over Iowa State. Good job, Memphis.
Good job, Memphis. Rocco Bent looks real. This is what I'm taking from this bowl game, is that there were not a lot of opt-outs, and both of these quarterbacks, like, watch out. Watch out next year for Hannigan at Memphis, and then for Becht at Iowa State, because they both can fucking ball.
The Cotton Bowl, Missouri wins at 14-3 over Ohio State.
Yeah, Ohio State. Literally, there's nothing you can take from this game other than like Missouri barely did what they were supposed to do. Yep.
And currently, or what I should say, like this weekend, We have the Peach Bowl. Ole Miss wins at 38-25 over Penn State. Good job, Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Because I hold these teams in like the same sort of regard.
I do too. And also, I mean, it seems like Kiffin has trouble winning bowl games. Like, I'm not sure if that's necessarily true, but like I'm thinking about like when he's made it to big bowl games, like the Sugar Bowl a couple years ago, whenever Corral was injured, that that was a really ugly performance. I want to say they fell flat in another bowl game. I might be wrong though. I could 100% be wrong.
The Music City Bowl, Maryland wins at 31-13 over a thumping of Auburn. Very cathartic.
Very cathartic. Feels good.
Speaking of thumping, Orange Bowl, Georgia wins at 63-3 over Florida State.
All right. I echo what Kirby Smart says. Something has to be done. And that something is they need to change the signing periods. They don't need to do anything with the transfer portal and the NIL in terms of how they operate. They just need to change the dates of when these things happen. That's it. They'll fix the entire problem.
Just change the transfer portal to like this week.
Yeah. The week after the Tuesday after the national championship game, the transfer portal opens.
Opens fully.
Fully. Yes.
Because you obviously you'll still get opt-outs for NFL. That's just going to happen.
That's going to happen because that's the economics of it now. But yes, that and then maybe even do away with that early signing period for high school players, because it puts so much pressure on like coaching decisions and stuff like that like if you could just take the heat off the coaching decisions, some of this like wild shit wouldn't be happening.
Yeah, I agree 100%. At the very least, move back the transfer portal date.
Yeah, 100%. Agree.
It's crazy. And then Arizona Bowl, Wyoming wins at 16-15 over Toledo. Craig Bowl gets a win, his last game at Wyoming, to finish with a positive record. I believe he was like something like 63-63 going into this.
Congratulations to Barstool Sports for hosting a banger of a bowl game in terms of like the competition. Like I liked both those teams.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
Then we had the ReliaQuest Bowl. Chase talked about it. LSU wins 35-31. Good job, Wisconsin, covering for Chase. Oregon Liberty in the Fiesta Bowl. Good job not getting the over. I'm going to call that good job on Oregon for that one.
Yep.
Bo Nix also finishes, I believe. He broke Mac Jones' record for completion percentage in the season.
That's impressive. I tell you what, like I hate him a lot less now that he's been at Oregon for 2 years.
He also, I believe, he's one of the very few players to have 55 starts at two different colleges.
That's insane. Absolutely just insane.
And then Iowa loses 0-35 in the Citrus Bowl. Get fucked, Iowa.
Yeah, but thank you, Josh Heupel, for not running that last one in because that was a doozy for me, sir. God, what did Iowa unders go 13-1 this year?
Yes.
Yeah. Which means we went 13-1.
No, wait.
That
No. They played the conference championship game. That would have been their 13th game.
Yeah.
Did they go 14-1? Oh, yeah, 13-1, 14 total. Holy shit.
This last one was in Iowa fashion, an epic sweat. It was the Nebraska one was the best sweat. That if we're going to look back at 2023, that Iowa under against Nebraska might have been the most epic under or total for the entire year. It was a battle, and it ended on a block. We would have been boned, and then we had a blocked field goal. Like, amazing.
There were two blocked field goals in that game.
Yeah, man. Yeah, just hot shit. Hey, Jim, what's that shirt you're wearing, my man?
Oh,
this guy look familiar.
Crazy of you to ask. Let me get the light off so people can see. There you go. There's for the people. Oh, it's a little you and me enjoying some time at the roulette table.
Yeah. You notice how you're the one wearing the chains right now. It's because it's a sign of respect. That's what it is. It's a sign of respect when I show someone else wearing the chains. Which, by the way, I've become a one-man wolf pack of 3.
Those do look good on you.
Yeah.
That's why you had to get the sunglasses, because every time you look into a mirror, you're blinding yourself.
Yeah, it's pretty insane. Under bathroom lighting, are you kidding me? Yeah, it twinkles and it glistens.
Chase, we have the playoffs ahead of us right now.
Yep.
Alabama, Michigan, Texas, Washington. How do we feel?
Right now, I'm seeing Alabama getting 2.5 and also plus 110 on the money line. Are you kidding me? If you're going to give me Nick Saban as a dog in these games, I'm going to take him.
See,
this is only
for me.
I've only lost one time doing that, and that was against Texas.
The only thing about this game that is weird to me is obviously it opened up at Michigan minus 2.5, and I feel like everyone has been betting Alabama.
Why hasn't it moved more, right?
Why hasn't it moved, right?
Or why isn't it the situation where Michigan is favored, but Alabama's favored on the money line? You know what I'm saying? Like that sort of flip-flopped with the points in the money line a little bit. We've seen that happen before.
We have, and I don't get it at all, Chase. So what am I going to do? I told you this. It's a new year. It's a new me. I'm leaning into the weird. I'm going to bet Michigan minus 2.
Oh, no. I'm leaning into the weird because I feel like this line either should have moved or Alabama shouldn't be plus money on the money line. So I think that's weird, and that's the weird that I'm leaning into.
The line should be moving. Like everyone and their friggin' grandma is betting Alabama. But the line's not moving.
I think there's a lot of public money on Michigan. That's the number one team in the country. John Q betting public, John Square betting public, probably. Are you looking for the breakdown?
Yeah.
Please tell me.
I'm looking up betting splits right now. Let's see. 65% of the bets are taking the points with Bama.
65?
Yeah, 65% of the bets are on Alabama.
So why hasn't it moved?
So it opened up at Michigan minus 1.5, and now it's gone to Michigan minus 2.5. Michigan is only receiving 35% of the bets.
And that's on the spread. That's just the spread, right?
Yeah.
So what? Why has that not ticked to plus 1? Why is it? Why has this not ticked? Like it moved a lot, but then it moved back. Like, is this late money?
Maybe
is this late money just steadying it?
That's the only logic I have because I'm with you. I think Nick Saban as a dog with weeks to prepare is crazy not to take him.
Yeah. So maybe I'm trying to work this out in my head as to why this might be happening. Maybe I got nothing. I have no idea. I lean into the weird with Bama.
It's crazy. So I'm going to lean into the weird with Michigan. I have no, obviously, I think this is a good game. I think both playoff games are good games. I think Michigan's key to the game is J.J. McCarthy. Because Alabama has maybe the best secondary in the country.
Yeah.
And he's going to have to make some fucking throws.
After it looked like what was the worst Alabama secondary in, Nick Saban's tenure, whenever they played Texas, they've turned it around. You've got fucking Kool-Aid McKinstry out there. Jalen Milroe has turned it around. We haven't seen Michigan yet, and it's because Michigan usually Michigans in this game. They've Michiganed in this game 2 years in a row. I
guess if there's a possibility, if Michigan could somehow limit deep balls for Alabama, I think they could kind of contain Milroe.
This is hands down the best football team that they've played all year, right?
Hands down. It was Ohio State. This Bama team is better than Ohio State.
Bama team is way better than Ohio State. Yeah.
The only if they can keep Milroe, I think if they can protect the deep ball, I think Michigan is okay defensively. But offensively, I think it's going to come a lot down to J.J. McCarthy because obviously Michigan's going to want to run the ball. You can't do that all day. They'll have some success, I imagine. You can't do it all day.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I think that the priority will be to run the ball. They'll have trouble running the ball against Alabama, and then it's going to be up to J.J. McCarthy, and he's got some ball hawks that he has to look out for. And I'll be honest, I don't trust that kid. I think he's okay. I think he's good. Could be really good. Could be great. I don't trust him yet.
I think he's a really good to great college quarterback. But with against the coverage that Alabama like cornerbacks and DBs and safeties are going to be putting on him, he's going to have to make some really really tight throws that even a lot of good college quarterbacks can't do.
It'll have to be that like NFL perspective of like if you have like a half yard, you're open.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm leaning. I don't think that he'll get it done. Like who you tell me who is JJ McCarthy to walk in and knock off a Nick Saban defense.
Exactly. My only logic is the fact that this line movement is like the fishiest thing to me. That's my only logic.
I agree. I agree with that too, but at the same time, it makes me think it's fishy on both sides, Jim.
Yes. And Chase, your logic of like Nick Saban as a dog with weeks to prepare, it's rock solid. It's only failed you once for a reason.
This is a really good angle. Let's see.
Meanwhile, we have the Sugar Bowl, where Texas is a 3.5 point favorite, I believe.
Yep, 3.5. And Washington is plus 155 on the money line. And I'll tell you what, I'm on the dog again on the money line.
This is where you and me agree. I feel like personally, I think Texas matches up way better against Alabama or Michigan than they do Washington.
I think so too. I think you're right. I think Washington's gonna, has a really good defense, and I also think that they've got a good enough passing offense that they're gonna have trouble like containing it. Like they have some world beater wide receivers. So I mean, I know that's kind of a good on good a little bit, but we'll see, man. Like it's I like the Washington secondary a whole lot better than I like the Texas secondary. I'll say that.
Okay, Huskies are receiving 58% of the bets, 60% of the money, a little bit of public support for Washington. I think that's just most people hate Texas.
That's fair.
But they have like, I believe this will probably be the best offense that Texas has seen all year from at least a firing on all cylinders. Washington's like Michael Penix and those two receivers are dudes.
Yeah.
And I get like Texas has a good defense too, but Texas's whole defensive like MO is their tackles and they're up front. I don't think Texas has fantastic DBs.
No,
I love Washington.
Yeah, give me Washington. I love Michael Penix, just a guy who's been there for friggin' forever. I know Quinn Ewers is kind of the same also, but Michael Penix is a dude. He's a senior that's been around. He's done the transfer thing. He's been there 2 years. And what's I can't remember the guy's last name because every time they say it, it sounds like they're saying Doomsday.
Oh, Rome Odunze?
Odunze. Yeah. Every time I hear that, I'm like, Doomsday? What? And then it pop up. This is the way I'm playing it, Jim. And it's because, I mean, if I like the plus money dog in both of these games, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play a parlay that's going to be the money line on both. And then I'm going to slam my top opinion with like a big, healthy multi-unit wager. And that's Alabama wins, plus 110.
Oh, Alabama wins the whole thing?
Yeah. No, Alabama wins this game, plus 110. If that happens, then I'm having a tremendous day, we'll say.
So in your world, Chase, it's an Alabama-Washington national championship.
I think so.
In my world, it's a Michigan-Washington championship.
I'm more sold on an Alabama-Washington or Alabama-Texas championship than I am on a Washington-Texas or a Washington-Michigan or Washington or Texas-Michigan matchup.
So my only worry for the Washington bet is if Bama does win, the storyline people, the script writers, are really going to try and force that Alabama-Texas rematch for the national championship.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. It will feel rigged. Every part of that game will feel rigged if Texas wins, right?
And then Texas wins the Natty, and Uncle Rico was right all along.
If Texas wins the Natty and Uncle Rico was right. What did he get that at?
He got something.
It was health. I want to say it was like 60-1.
I forget what he got Texas at, dude.
It was healthy. He's gonna get paid if they win.
It would make up for the bad year he said he's been having.
Yeah, I will be starting off my year with a bang though if I get my result. So I love you, Uncle Rico. I'm sorry for your 2023, but
We're on to
off,
2024.
I'm off and running in 2024 so far.
Any NFL you'd like to talk about before we dip out of here, Chase?
Let's take a look here.
Shout out the Ravens, I believe, and the 49ers for securing the 1 seed.
Dude, what happens? Todd Monken goes to Baltimore, and then they start Georgia-ing people.
Yeah, Ravens win at 56-19 over Miami. Miami, I'm not making excuses. They are very banged up, but whatever.
Yeah.
The Ravens are the best team in the NFL. They've been doing this to everybody now.
I'm still, I'm hesitant to say that they're definitely the winners, though. And I think the reason for that is because the NFL is more about managing emotions week to week. Schedule lines up. So with the playoffs and everything, I don't trust them to manage their emotions because they haven't managed their emotions in the playoffs yet. I still am on the Dolphins train.
I hope so. I really hope so. I'm rooting for them.
Yeah.
Also, the Eagles lose to the Cardinals this week.
That was crazy. It was the thing that I had been betting on for a while, and it just hadn't come up yet. It had not come to fruition, which was Kyler Murray's going to get one of these teams. And I don't bet the NFL that much because I'm not that good at it. So, yeah. I managed to jump on that trend of Kyler Murray's going to get one of these and did it a couple times, and then he didn't get them, and then now he finally gets somebody.
Oh, shout out your Saints as well. 23 over the Bucks 13.
Yeah.
That kind of puts them in the driver's seat for the division, doesn't it?
I think they're in the hunt for a wild card.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it depends. They're either. I think they would maybe need the Bucks to lose another game. I'm not sure if you can find the playoff scenario.
I'm looking off. Let's look up playoff scenarios. CBS Sports. Okay, NFC.
What are they? 8-8 right now, both them and the Bucks.
So okay, Tampa Bay is ahead of New Orleans in the NFC South based on common games record 7-4 to the Saints 5-6. Okay, so it looks like probably the Bucks are safe.
Who are they playing in the finale? They're playing
the Panthers.
I had a feeling that was the case, but haven't we seen it before where the team that's not really playing for anything at all jumps up and bites the team on the ass with that is playing for something? Let's think of Trevor Lawrence, his rookie year. He did that to Indianapolis. A win and you're in Indianapolis.
True. You guys would just need to not drop to the Falcons.
Yeah. Which, Arthur Smith seems to make it, hard to, winning hard. So let's go for it, right?
I also think Dallas might be on track to get the division of the NFC East over the Eagles.
Yeah, right now they're 13-point favorites over Washington in their finale.
Poor Eagles. Such a snag.
Yeah.
I think also this comes down to the Dolphins versus the Bills for the division, I believe.
Where is that?
It's in Miami. It's in Miami.
I think that's good for them. That works out for them. Yeah. That place for once should be just absolutely rocking.
Other than that, I think the Colts are still alive for the playoffs. Them versus Houston. There's a lot of interesting playoff scenarios going on this week.
Yeah. We'll see. A little Minshew magic, man. It's crazy how this extra game and the expansion of their playoffs
really
is
cool. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
I enjoy it too, man. It seems to be pretty good. Jim, is Kansas City just done being a thing?
All right. For this year.
For this year, at least.
Yeah, I get them some receivers. I think they'll be okay. I think they'll bounce back.
They'll finally be in a position where they're in a mid of the pack
They could get some good receivers in the draft. This is a good draft for receivers.
Yeah. So, I mean, there you go. It's not like they're going to get Marvin Harrison Jr. or anything unless they trade.
I mean, they could get like Florida State guy if he's dipping out. They got the Washington receivers coming out.
I'll tell you, you know what I think happens? Either Chicago trades down and they get Marvin Harrison Jr., or they go ahead and take Marvin Harrison Jr. with the first pick.
Yeah, because they have him. They have 1 and 3 right now.
Yeah. Yeah. And if they might see what like everyone seems to be doing, which is like getting a stud receiver in college and then getting some other person that played with him at his college, like Jamar Chase, and
actually, right now the Bears are sitting at the 1st and the 10th pick.
So I don't know. Maybe they either trade down a couple spots and still get Marvin Harrison, or they go ahead and just take him at 1.
Or I bet they could still down. They could still go Caleb Williams.
I don't know. I think they're gonna after like what Justin Fields has done the last couple of weeks. I bet you they're gonna ride it out
potentially. But the thing is, like, you still have this. I feel like Justin Fields is still somewhat of an unknown.
I agree.
Weirdly, but
yeah.
He's also like he's going to be out of his rookie contract soon, and then you could. They're both him and Caleb Williams are still unknown, but you're paying way less money with Caleb Williams.
That's true, because if you re-sign Justin Fields, I mean, you're going to have to re-sign him at like what Danny Dimes is getting right now, or what, which is way too much. Yes. Or just because Deshaun Watson's contract broke the NFL market for quarterback contracts. Just broke it.
Or, I mean, they could probably get a shitload of picks for it, too, because, like, the Patriots will probably want a quarterback. The Cardinals, maybe, if they trade Kyler. The Giants will probably be looking for something.
True.
I don't know about the Titans. The Jets, maybe. The Falcons. There's a lot of teams that are, like, probably vying for some quarterback moolah.
Yeah. Yeah. These are all excellent points that you raise, Jim.
I try to. Chase, it's time now. We'll end the show. Let's get ready for the college football playoffs. The last year of the 14 playoff, thank God.
Are we spinning?
Oh, yeah. How could I? Sorry to the people. I apologize.
We're slots influencers, sir.
Damn, Chase. Thank you. Thank you for keeping me on track. Boom. Here we go.
I feel like you're probably thinking like, son of a bitch. Like I don't want to spend $100 of my time.
No, I totally. No, I actually just really forgot.
All right. Let's see.
Do we want to do a football? Did we do a football themed one last time?
I believe we did a Buffalo themed one last time, and it did as well. Ooh, golden.
You want to try mega football for the playoffs?
Let's go mega football.
Mega football for the offs.
Let's do it for the home crowd, baby.
Oh, it's bright. Okay.
Free spins, big bonus.
Big bonus, wild. Those are all words I like.
Yeah. This looks pretty clear cut. Like football, seems easy to understand.
Yep. Whoa. Background sound, no. Sound effects, yes.
Yes.
Okay. The only thing is, does it have auto spins?
Okay, and so you can get multiple, so you can get up to 5 free spins there. Okay.
That just spins it.
What about...
Here we go. This is wild. Okay, 50. I don't know how much am I betting? Oh, $5?
Yeah, you need to adjust that.
How do we adjust this? Let's do some adjusting here. How do we adjust this? $10, $20, $50. There we go. $1, I think, is $2. There we go. Okay, 50 spins, and start.
Yes, let's go. Oh.
I like the sound effects. Let's get that bonus.
We're gonna get that or spin. Okay. What did that pay?
We won 20 cents. If it gives us that for 20 cents, I wonder what it'll do for the bonus. Okay, $1.60.
So I guess whatever shows up, it is times 2.
I believe so.
Oh,
That was close. I either want free spins or a bonus. I want one of those.
I feel like you're gonna get spins at some point because like there's so many out there, and it's gonna start teasing us soon.
It's gonna start teasing. Oh, is that okay? 480. Modest W there. I'm loving these sound effects still. Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, this is for the bonus. This is for the bonus.
Nope.
Oh.
Tease. You were right though. It's gonna start teasing us.
Yep.
It's gonna start teasing. That's where it starts. Okay, that's still a modest win.
Okay. Like what I've seen. Ooh.
Nah, the whistle's like nothing.
I feel it's not worth it, dog. It's not worth it for you to do that whole thing.
I'll see if I can skip it next time. We're halfway.
It's a lot of
Okay,
whistles.
$6. $6.
$6 worth of whistles.
I can skip it at least. Okay, that's 20 cents. I don't know.
Not worth it. 0.
Not worth on that one. Come on, tease us again. Do something. That was 80 cents.
All right.
This is a whore of a football slot. I'm almost ready to admit that I picked bad and apologize to the people.
Yeah, you might have been going with the theme of the day and not the vibe of the room, man.
Yeah, I went with I think that's exactly right.
That was a real catty, bitchy thing for me to say. I'm sorry.
I think
love
that's
you,
right,
buddy.
though. I did go kind of with the theme of the day. 10 left. We still have
This
10.
is where this is where it's really gonna start teasing us, right here.
80 cents. Don't care. Yeah. Last 10.
It's really gonna start teasing.
Oh. Come on, bonus! Come on, bonus!
Come on!
Shit!
Ah! It's
Last 5, baby!
It's gonna give us something. Something's gonna happen. We're gonna get something. Something's gonna happen in the last 3.
Oh, we got
It's gonna
3
be
spins
epic.
left. 3 spins. 2 left. Come on. Come on.
Oh, jeez.
Come on. Come on. Ah, you dirty dog.
That was
One more on the way out. Ugh.
Ugh.
Ugh. Mega football. I'm putting that on the ban list.
That one's dead to us. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. That fucking slot is dead to us.
Get out of here, mega fucking football. There's a couple other football ones. There's Touchdown Frenzy and Touchdown Gold. Those ones are still alive to us because they've done me good in the past. But mega football, get the fuck out of here. Chase, let us get the fuck out of here, and let's go watch some college football playoffs. Prediction right now. Chase is predicting a Bama-Washington national championship. Jim, I am predicting a Michigan-Washington national championship. We're going to get fucked and both be wrong somehow. We're going to get a Texas-Alabama, I imagine. But we love you guys, and we will see you next week for another episode of the Jimnasium. Any parting words for the people, Chase?
Roll Tide and whatever the Huskies do.
Roll Tide and Huss strong. We love you guys.